Hello my dear students of class 10. Today we will discuss about types of solution. Before we start the chapter absorption by roots, let us have some key concept first. The key concept here we comes with materials move across membranes because of concentration gradient, or we also can say materials move across membranes because of concentration differences. Now what is solution? A solute dissolves in a solvent to form a solution. Here in the picture you can see clearly what is the solvent and what is the solute. Next picture, here you can see a solute is the substance to be dissolving in a solvent, and the solvent is the liquid in which the solute get dissolved. Both mixes and makes up the solution. Now solution are of two types: dilute and concentrated. Concentrated solution means the solution in which solute is more, relatively more than the amount of solvent. Means if it is a salt solution, means a water and a salt dissolved in a water. Suppose the molecules of salt is more than the molecules of water. So concentrated solution means a solution which contains more amount of solute than the amount of solvent. Whereas dilute solution is a type of solution in which the amount of solvent is more than the amount of solute particles. You can see in the picture it is clearly showing the difference between concentration and dilute solution. Next we come to diffusion. Now what is diffusion? In the picture you can see properly molecules are freely getting dispersed, or you can say the molecules are freely moving from the region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration. It means you can see the molecules at the one corner of the picture is getting distributed uniformly to other corner of the picture. So this free movement of molecules of a substance from the region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration when the region are in direct contact is called diffusion. Now diffusion means is the free movement of any molecules, means it can be the movement of any solid liquid molecules or a gaseous molecules. Next we come to osmosis. Osmosis is also the free movement, but it is the movement of only water molecules. So osmosis is a diffusion of water molecules from their region of higher concentration to their region of lower concentration. Remember, from their region of higher concentration means the region which is having more amount of water molecules. The water molecules move from that region to the region where it is present in less, means the region which have more amount of water molecules we call it dilute solution, and the region which have lower concentration of water molecules we call it concentrated solution. So osmosis is the free movement of water molecules from their region of higher concentration to their region of lower concentration when two are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. There you can see in the picture it is clearly showing selectively permeable membrane or semi-permeable membrane we can say, because semi-permeable membranes allows only certain substance to pass through it, like substance like charged ions, then small size molecules, like that, charged molecules, ions. So selectively permeable membranes or semi-permeable membranes only allows such substances to pass through it. In a plant cell, the cell wall is freely permeable, but we know the cell membrane is selectively permeable. Both in plant and animal cell we can find cell membrane, and this cell membrane is selectively permeable, or we can say semi-permeable membrane. In the picture you can see the water and sugar molecules. The green dots are the sugar molecules and the blue dots are the water molecules, and how the water molecules are moving from one concentration, means from higher water concentration to the lower water concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. Next we come to tonicity. Now what is tonicity? Tonicity is the relative concentration of solute dissolved in solution, which determine the direction and extent of diffusion. And depending upon the tonicity of a solution, there are three types of solution: isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic. So tonicity means the relative concentration of solute. Remember, concentration of solute in a solution relative to something. Here you can see in details, like isotonic solution. Iso means same and strength is the tonic. Tonic means strength. Now in the picture you can see it is a solution in which there is a cell. Inside the cell it is having 10% of salt, and outside the cell in a solution also we are having 10% of salt. Means in both in and out of the cell we have same concentration of solute. So this type of solution is called isotonic solution because it is having same concentration of solute in and outside the cell. Now in such solution there is no net movement of water molecules, okay, when both the region is having same solute concentration, or there is a free water molecules movement which cause no change in the size of the cell. The cell size remains the same. Next we come to hypotonic solution. The word hypo means less. Hypo means less and tonic strength I told you. Now look at the solution here I am showing. It is a hypotonic solution in which the solution outside the cell is having less salt amount than the solution inside the cell. So a solution is hypotonic if we have few solutes and more water. Okay, a solution is said to be hypotonic if it is having few solute and more water. Here we are relating it with the cell present in the solution. So the cell that is present in the solution, we can see it is having more solute and less water relative to the solution. Okay, so this type of solution we call it hypotonic solution, which is having fewer solutes, more water than a cell present inside the solution. Next, yes, in such case we see more water enters a cell. So when water present outside is more and inside the cell it is less, then what happens? Water naturally moves from its higher concentration to their lower concentration. So osmosis takes place, right? We can simply say the osmosis is taking place, and this inward diffusion of water from solution inside the cell membrane or inside the cell passing through the cell membrane is called endosmosis. Okay, so in such case when we place the cell in a hypotonic solution, then we see endosmosis takes place. Next we come to hypertonic solution. In hypertonic, the word hyper means more, tonic means strength. A solution is said to be hypertonic if it has more solute, less water. You can see in the picture the solution is having a cell. Okay, the solution, there is a cell placed inside the solution which is having less solute, and the solution is relatively having more solute and less water than a cell. Such a solution is called hypertonic solution. In this case what will happen? The water will move out of the cell. Yes, and this is called exosmosis. See, in hypertonic solution, when we place any cell in hypertonic solution, the water moves from its higher concentration to lower concentration again, and we know in case of this the amount of water present inside the cell is more than the amount of water present outside the cell. So water will naturally move from inside the cell to outside the cell in a solution, and this movement of water molecules outside the cell membrane is known as exosmosis, and this cause shrinkage of cell. It cause cell to shrivel, shrink, or sometimes it even cause the cell to die. Now here you can see a simple demonstration, a clear demonstration of hypertonic, isotonic and hypertonic solution. Both plant cell and animal cell is being placed in a hypotonic solution. At first you see the hypotonic solution, both plant and animal cell is placed there. Look at the condition in hypotonic solution. When the cell is placed, both plant and animal cell, the above one is the animal cell and the below one is the plant cell. See what is happening then? Endosmosis took place, means the water moved from outside the solution inside the cell. The endosmosis took place. As a result, what happened? The cell swells up, and this swelling up of cell is called turgid. Okay, the cell swells up, and sometimes the cell even burst, especially in case of animal cell. It bursts because animal cell do not have the rigid cell wall, but in case of plant cell we find the rigid cell wall. The cell wall is very rigid, right? Now when we place the cell in isotonic solution, the cell remains the same. There is no change of any size or shape of the cell. Next, when we put the cell, both animal and plant cell, in hypertonic solution, we see there is change in the shape and size of the cell. It means the water move outward from the cell outside the solution. This is called exosmosis. This exosmosis causes shriveling and shrinkage of the cell. Both in animal and plant cell you can see this. In animal cell it fully shrinked, and in plant cell you can see only the withdrawal of cellular content from the cell wall. This condition is also known as plasmolized children. This contraction of cell content from the cell wall is called plasmolysis. So this is what is happening when we are placing the animal and plant cell in hypotonic, isotonic and hypertonic solution. Now we come to turgidity and flaccidity. Turgidity is the state of cell in which the cell wall is rigid and stretched by an increase in the volume of vacuoles due to the absorption of water. The cell is then said to be turgid. Turgid means, suppose you take an example of a balloon and you fill the balloon with a water inside it. What will happen? The balloon will become tight. Okay, such a condition is called turgid condition of a cell. So similarly, when a cell is fully filled with water and the vacuoles increase in size, especially in case of plant cell we find the vacuoles, and the cell have no more space to take any more water. Such a condition, the tight condition of the cell, is known as turgidity, and the cell is then said to be turgid. Now flaccidity is the condition in this when the cell content is shrunken and the cell is no more tight. So when cell loses its turgidity and it becomes loose and shrunk, such a condition is called flaccid condition of a cell, and this phenomenon is called flaccidity. Now look at this picture. This can give you a clear idea about turgidity and flaccidity. The balloon which is filled with water, you take an example of a cell, the balloon as a cell. Okay, the balloon, when it is filled with water, it is becoming tight. This is the turgid condition. Okay, you relate balloon with the cell, and when the balloon is having no water or enough water in it, it shrunk, it shriveled. This condition is called flaccid condition of a cell. So you relate balloon with the cell. Next we come to plasmolysis. What is plasmolysis? Plasmolysis is the contraction of cytoplasm from the cell wall caused due to withdrawal of water when placed in a hypertonic solution. When we place cell in a hypertonic solution, means a solution which is having huge amount of solute and less water. Okay, when we place cell in such a type of solution, means in hypertonic solution, then cell loses its water. Okay, the cell loses its water means the water moves out of the cell into the solution, and as a result of that the cytoplasm contracts from the cell wall. Okay, this condition, this contraction of cytoplasm from the cell wall is called plasmolysis. You know, sometime due to this contraction the cell dies. Due to this continuous losing of water, the cell dies. We have a common example like when we give salt to the meat. Why? So that if there is any germs or bacteria, the salt will make the outside concentration of the meat hypertonic. The bacteria or the germs will undergo plasmolysis, and the meat will become germ free or bacteria free, like that. So when the cell is plasmolyzed, the cell even die, but this cell can be recovered. How? by keeping the cell again in a plain water, in a hypotonic solution. If we place the cell again, if we place the plasmolized cell again in hypotonic solution, the cell can recover. The plasmolized cell can recover into living cell, and this process is called deplasmolysis. But this to be done before the cell is dead. It has to be done before the cell is dead. After dead, if it is done, then it is of no use. Next, salt solution of different concentration in relation to cells. Here you see the red blood cells, which is an animal cell, and the below one is the plant cell. The same thing, plant cell and animal cell. The red blood cell is put in isotonic solution. There is no change in the shape of the cell, but when they are put in hypotonic solution, the endosmosis took place and the cell swells up. The plant cell became more turgid, you can see, but there is a rigid cell wall which is protecting it from bursting. But animal cell do not have such cell wall. Okay, so animal cell easily burst. Okay, next, when we put the cell RBC and the plant cell in hypertonic solution, we can see exosmosis took place, and there we can see plasmolysis took place in plant cell. We can see there is a withdrawal of cell content from away from the cell wall, that is plasmolysis. The cell became flaccid, they shriveled. So today up to this, thank you. In the next class we will continue with absorption by roots with these key concepts. Thank you.